Kombat II brought some of the franchise's most legendary warriors to the big screen, but the movie only showed a fraction of who these characters truly are, because behind every fighter is a history filled with betrayal, resurrection, conquered realms, stolen identities, and secrets that completely change how you see them. Kitana was raised by the man who murdered her real father and conquered her kingdom. Noob Saibot was once the original Sub-Zero before death transformed him into something darker. And even characters like Jade, Sindel, and Baraka have stories far more complicated than the movie could explain. So in this video, we're going beyond what happened on screen and uncovering the true game history of every major Mortal Kombat II character, including their origins, their darkest moments, and how their stories changed across Mortal Kombat's different timelines. These are the true stories behind the characters of Mortal Kombat II. The Mortal Kombat II movie brought Bi-Han back as a shadow warrior, but it never actually called him Noob Saibot. And while the movie shows his transformation, the games reveal that his fall into darkness began long before his death. Before Noob Saibot existed, Bi-Han was the original Sub-Zero and one of the Lin Kuei's deadliest assassins. Years before the first Mortal Kombat tournament, the sorcerer Quan Chi manipulated Bi-Han into stealing a sacred map and eventually Shinnok's powerful amulet. After Raiden revealed that the amulet could allow Shinnok to escape the Netherrealm, Bi-Han was forced to travel into its depths, confront Quan Chi, and recover it. Bi-Han succeeded, but Raiden warned him that years of killing had already stained his soul. Unless he changed his path, the Netherrealm would eventually claim him. Bi-Han ignored that warning. During the first Mortal Kombat tournament, the Lin Kuei sent him to assassinate Shang Tsung. But before he could complete his mission, Scorpion confronted him, seeking revenge for his own murder. Scorpion killed Bi-Han and burned him alive. But Bi-Han's death did not end his story. Because his soul had already been corrupted, it descended into the Netherrealm, where everything human inside him, his compassion, honor, and loyalty, was stripped away. Bi-Han was reborn as the Shadow Wraith Noob Saibot. Noob joined the Brotherhood of Shadow and served the fallen Elder God Shinnok. He carried out missions for Quan Chi and even acted as one of Shao Kahn's secret assassins, eliminating anyone who threatened the Emperor's rule. But Noob was never truly loyal to any of them. After Shao Kahn's apparent death, Noob discovered the disabled cyborg Smoke inside the Emperor's fortress. He repaired and reprogrammed Smoke, planning to use his nanotechnology to create an entire army of cyborg demons under his control. Noob eventually invaded the Lin Kuei temple alongside Smoke and came face to face with the new Sub-Zero, his younger brother, Kuai Liang. By then, Kuai Liang had become everything Bi-Han never was: an honorable warrior, a respected grandmaster, and a protector of Earthrealm. Bi-Han felt no pride in his brother. As Noob Saibot, he wanted Kuai Liang dead so that he could take control of the Lin Kuei and transform its warriors into servants of the Netherrealm. The rebooted timeline kept the same basic tragedy. Scorpion killed Bi-Han during the first tournament, and Quan Chi resurrected him as Noob Saibot. He later disappeared into the Solnado after being defeated by Nightwolf, before eventually returning in Mortal Kombat 11. Liu Kang's new era changed his origin even further. In this timeline, Bi-Han survived as Sub-Zero until Titan Havoc stole and and corrupted his soul, transforming him into a new version of Noob Saibot. So Noob Saibot is not a separate ninja, and he is not simply Sub-Zero wearing black. He is what remained of the original Sub-Zero after death removed every trace of his humanity, leaving behind only Bi-Han's ambition, anger, and darkness. From a warrior who lost his humanity, we move to a princess whose entire life was built on a lie. Kitana was born in the peaceful realm of Edenia, the daughter of King Jade and Queen Sindel. But when Shao Kahn conquered Edenia, he murdered Jade, took control of the realm, and raised Kitana as if she were his own daughter. For thousands of years, Kitana served Shao Kahn as one of his deadliest assassins, never knowing the full truth about where she came from. And to make sure Kitana could never threaten his rule, Shao Kahn had Shang Tsung create Mileena, a twisted duplicate of Kitana mixed with Tarkatan blood, designed to watch her and eventually replace her if she ever rebelled. But Kitana eventually discovered the truth. She learned that Shao Kahn was not her real father, that he had destroyed Edenia, and that Mileena was never truly her sister. Kitana turned against the Emperor, eventually killed Mileena, and joined the warriors fighting to bring down Shao Kahn. She later reunited with Jade and helped free her mother Sindel from Shao Kahn's control, allowing Edenia to finally regain its freedom. But Kitana's story became even darker in the rebooted timeline. After once again discovering the truth about Shao Kahn and Mileena, Kitana sided with Earthrealm, only to be killed by her own resurrected mother, Sindel. Quan Chi then claimed Kitana's soul and resurrected her as a revenant of the Netherrealm. Years later, a younger Kitana was brought into the future during the events of Mortal Kombat 11. She united Outworld's oppressed races, defeated Shao Kahn, and became the new ruler of Outworld, Kitana Khan. But Liu Kang's new era changed her story completely. Kitana and Mileena are now true biological sisters, both daughters of Sindel and Jade. Mileena is actually the older sister and rightful heir to Outworld, while Kitana has no desire to take her throne. Instead, she dedicates herself to protecting Mileena and helping her become the best empress possible. So across Mortal Kombat's timelines, Kitana's circumstances may change, but one thing remains the same. She refuses to let someone else decide what kind of ruler, warrior, or woman she will become. And the man responsible for destroying Kitana's old life was one of the most dangerous conquerors the realms had ever seen. But Shao Kahn was not always Emperor of Outworld. Long before his war with Earthrealm, Shao Kahn served as an advisor to Outworld's original ruler, the Dragon King, Onaga. Rather than challenge Onaga directly, Shao Kahn betrayed him, poisoned him, and stole the throne of Outworld for himself. From there, Shao Kahn began expanding his empire by conquering other realms and merging them with Outworld. One of those realms was Edenia. Shao Kahn conquered the kingdom, killed King Jade, took Queen Sindel as his wife, and raised their daughter Kitana as his own. But years later, in the original timeline, Shao Kahn's reign nearly came to an end. Quan Chi and Shang Tsung formed the deadly alliance and appeared to assassinate the Emperor before beginning their campaign against Earthrealm. But Shao Kahn had survived. It was later revealed that he had used a powerful magical artifact to create a duplicate of himself, allowing the real Shao Kahn to escape while his enemies believed they had killed him. Shao Kahn eventually returned, reclaimed Outworld, and continued his pursuit of absolute power. That original timeline eventually reached Armageddon. There, Shao Kahn defeated Blaze, gained incredible power, and stood on the verge of killing Raiden. With no other option, Raiden sent a message back through time to his younger self, changing history and creating the timeline seen in Mortal Kombat 9. In this altered timeline, Shao Kahn once again attempted to conquer Earthrealm. After Earthrealm survived the first tournament, Shao Kahn hosted another tournament in Outworld, where Liu Kang ultimately defeated him. But Shao Kahn survived and eventually launched a full invasion of Earthrealm. This time, Raiden realized that defeating him normally would never stop Armageddon. Shao Kahn had to be allowed to win by attempting to merge Earthrealm with Outworld without legitimately earning the right through Mortal Kombat. Shao Kahn finally violated the Elder Gods' rules. The Elder Gods empowered Raiden, allowing him to finally destroy the Emperor. But even that would not be the last time Shao Kahn returned. During Mortal Kombat 11, Kronika's manipulation of time brought a younger Shao Kahn into the future. He discovered that Kotal Kahn now ruled Outworld and immediately attempted to reclaim his throne. But Kitana united Outworld's different races against him, defeated Shao Kahn in battle, and blinded him. With Kotal badly injured, Kitana was given the throne and became Kitana Khan. Shao Kahn survived his defeat, and during the events of Aftermath, he reunited with Sindel and once again fought his way through Earthrealm and Outworld's warriors. But their comeback ended when Shang Tsung betrayed them and absorbed both of their souls. Then Liu Kang created an entirely new era, and this time Shao Kahn was never emperor at all. Known simply as General Shao, he was born into a powerful military family, but as a sickly child with a frail body. His father forced him through years of brutal training until Shao became a massive and incredibly powerful warrior. His victories eventually earned him the position of Supreme Commander of Outworld's army. But although Shao was sworn to serve Empress Sindel, he believed his loyalty belonged to Outworld itself. Convinced that Sindel's peaceful leadership was making the realm weak, General Shao eventually turned against her and joined a conspiracy to seize control of Outworld. So whether he is an emperor who conquered entire realms, or a general determined to take control of one, Shao Kahn has always been driven by the same belief: power belongs to the strong. And while Shao Kahn built his empire through conquest, Quan Chi became one of Mortal Kombat's most dangerous villains through something far more sinister: manipulation. Long before the events of Mortal Kombat, Quan Chi became the sorcerous ally of the fallen elder god Shinnok, who had been imprisoned in the Netherrealm. To restore Shinnok's power, Quan Chi needed to recover his sacred amulet, so he hired the Lin Kuei assassin Bi-Han to steal the map of elements from a Shaolin temple. But without Bi-Han knowing, Quan Chi also hired the Shirai Ryu warrior Hanzo Hasashi to retrieve the exact same map in case Sub-Zero failed. The two assassins crossed paths, and Bi-Han killed Hanzo before escaping with the map. After Bi-Han completed the mission, Quan Chi fulfilled his payment to the Lin Kuei in the darkest way possible. He exterminated their rival clan, the Shirai Ryu, including Hanzo's family. Quan Chi then sent Bi-Han to the Temple of Elements, where Sub-Zero defeated its guardians and unknowingly opened the way for Quan Chi to steal Shinnok's amulet. But even Shinnok became a victim of Quan Chi's deception. Quan Chi secretly kept the real amulet for himself. himself and allowed Shinnok to possess a duplicate. That deception would become extremely important years later. After Shinnok launched his invasion and was defeated, Scorpion finally discovered the truth. Quan Chi, not Sub-Zero, was responsible for murdering his family and clan. Quan Chi attempted to banish Scorpion back into the Netherrealm, but Scorpion grabbed him at the last second and dragged the sorcerer down with him. There, Scorpion hunted and tortured Quan Chi relentlessly, but Quan Chi eventually discovered a way to escape. After entering an ancient tomb in Outworld, he discovered the mummified remains of an enormous army that once belonged to Outworld's former ruler, the Dragon King, Onaga. The army could be restored, but Quan Chi needed souls to bring its warriors back to life, so he approached another sorcerer, Shang Tsung. Together, they formed the Deadly Alliance. Their first objective was eliminating the two people most capable of stopping them, Shao Kahn and Liu Kang. The Shao Kahn they attacked was eventually revealed to be a magical duplicate, but Liu Kang was not so fortunate. Quan Chi assisted Shang Tsung in ambushing Earthrealm's champion, and Shang Tsung killed Liu Kang and stole his soul. With their enemies seemingly eliminated, the Deadly Alliance began transferring warrior souls into the Dragon King's ancient army. But once their plan succeeded, their partnership collapsed. Shang Tsung and Quan Chi turned against each other, with Quan Chi emerging victorious. Then something neither sorcerer expected happened. Onaga himself returned. Quan Chi and Shang Tsung were forced to fight alongside Raiden against the Dragon King, but even their combined power could not stop him. Raiden eventually sacrificed himself in a massive explosion, and Onaga survived. Quan Chi would later resurface before the final battle of Armageddon, but when Raiden changed history, Quan Chi's role became even more important. In the altered timeline, Quan Chi resurrected Hanzo Hasashi as Scorpion and manipulated his desire for revenge. Raiden convinced Scorpion to spare Bi-Han during the first tournament, promising to ask the Elder Gods to restore his family and clan. Quan Chi refused to let that happen. He pushed Scorpion's rage even further, leading Hanzo to kill Bi-Han. And after Bi-Han died, Quan Chi transformed him into Noob Saibot. Quan Chi later resurrected Sindel as part of Shao Kahn's plan to invade Earthrealm and created a massive Solnado designed to collect souls. But his greatest victory came after Shao Kahn's invasion. Many of Earthrealm's greatest warriors were dead, and Quan Chi took their souls. 2 years later, Quan Chi helped Shinnok invade Earthrealm. Shinnok was defeated and imprisoned inside his own amulet, but Quan Chi escaped and continued controlling the Revenants. Years later, however, his past finally caught up with him. A restored Hanzo Hasashi discovered undeniable proof that Quan Chi had slaughtered the Shirai Ryu. Hanzo attacked the special forces and prepared to execute him, but at that exact moment, Devora arrived carrying Shinnok's amulet. Quan Chi began the spell needed to free his master. Hanzo swung his sword and decapitated Quan Chi, but he was a moment too late. Quan Chi completed the spell just before his head fell, allowing Shinnok to return. So even in death, Quan Chi had manipulated events in his favor, but Liu Kang's new era gave him an entirely different beginning. This Quan Chi was born as a laborer inside an Outworld mine. When his fellow workers planned a strike, Quan Chi betrayed them to the mine's owner in hopes of improving his own position. The strike was crushed and many workers were killed. When the survivors later plotted revenge against him, Quan Chi was approached by a mysterious woman known as Damashi. She offered to free him from the mines and teach him dark magic in exchange for his service. Quan Chi accepted, but Damashi was actually Titan Shang Tsung in disguise. Under his guidance, Quan Chi became a powerful necromancer and eventually joined forces with the new era's Shang Tsung. Quan Chi used the souls of Outworld's dead to create one of his most powerful weapons, Ermac, a living collection containing thousands of souls, including the soul of the murdered Emperor Jared. Although Liu Kang's warriors eventually exposed the sorcerer's conspiracy and Quan Chi lost control of Ermac, his hunger for power survived. Because no matter which timeline Quan Chi exists in, his greatest strength has never been his physical power. It is his ability to turn someone else's tragedy into another piece of his plan. And those are just the first 4 characters we're covering for Mortal Kombat 2. But we're not finished yet. In Part 2, we'll continue with Sindel, Johnny Cage, Baraka, and Jade, breaking down their stories, their history in Mortal Kombat, and what you need to know about each of them before Mortal Kombat 2. So make sure you're subscribed, because Part 2 is coming next. Because the deeper you go into the MK universe, the darker the realms become. Subscribe for more Mortal Kombat lore.